What happens if somebody like living literally on the streets, getting high, gets pregnant, gets raped,
How
and
about
is
we
pregnant?
tap into those issues? Drug
Great,
abuse, alcohol abuse.
absolutely.
How about that?
How about that?
Instead of killing an innocent life.
Women in the in corporate world, there is really like no incentive of it's the opposite is incentivized. People in the when they apply for job interviews and go and get interviewed, they are asked if they plan to be mothers, and if they say yes, that puts them at a disadvantage because they don't want to either have people skip work or have to pay for people not to show up, etc., etc., etc. So there's all of these other
That's why
realities
family is important.
that I don't think. Yeah, but
That's why I
I
believe
don't
in
have
the
a
role of.
family.
I
I'm an
believe that
immigrant
men
here.
and women, they have specific
I
roles,
don't have a family
and I
here.
don't think
I
that's
would have to
something.
get a job that would be, make enough money to provide for two people in a household. So like, there's all these other factors that I think like, yeah, ideally those would not be issues, but in practice, everybody is struggling with their own struggles,
Yeah,
and I can think about a bunch of morbid examples on how like life can get, and how this choice that may be immoral and may be like a really hard radical choice all of a sudden becomes like, oh, okay, well, the alternative, it might be even worse.
yeah. That
But
it,
that's how it goes,
I
and
think
that's
also
enough said.
in a more let's say if you look at the if you look at the set of values that people create, let's say that they create for themselves or that they establish for their lives, um the option of having the abortion constitutes in the elimination of responsibility, or it constitutes in the idea that you can easily get rid of um, responsibilities for your actions. Like I said, it's a radical solution to simply take away the responsibility and to understand that choices have consequences. So that's why I think we're missing the point when we vindicate for more legislation and more rights and more rights and more freedom, quote unquote freedom, and we are not tapping into the idea that we as citizens, we as people, we have responsibilities, and we have to at certain point we have to grow up and take those responsibilities
Yeah, but what is
and
the
make
responsibility of
and
a
start
13-year-old who has raped? Like, what's she has to take responsibility? Like this, how is this her fault? Like,
I'm saying I'm saying that one of the elements that the legalization of abortion in any context,
nobody's defending that. That's not the point on the table.
that's also one of the negative aspects that making abortion something normal can bring also to a society, is to take away the sense of responsibility,
Not
giving a radical and quick solution, and therefore making people live in a very oblivious and mindless way, where they're engaging in multiple in sexual relationship with multiple partners without understanding the consequences that could have. It's women need to know that they have this biological condition and they have to be more careful.
Oh, they know.
So we cannot simply say, okay, so in order for you to be free sexually and express yourself sexually, we have to be able you have to have the right to kill an innocent life in case I fucked up. I got drunk last night and I had sex with Rando and I got pregnant.
These are two different discussions. Like the discussion that's on the table is the rape discussion, is the incest discussion, is all these things that stopped being a thing. And really, that's what's important.
I think
Those
we
are
have
the
to work on
extremes.
different mechanisms to avoid those to try to avoid those situations.
Of course.
We
Like you have to eradicate crime. You have to eradicate all these. That's not going to happen.
We need to protect women in a way that we can prosecute and identify people that engage in or that act in such a horrendous way and decide to do something like that, like a rape, like incest. But there's a very dark side of the whole abortion spectrum, the whole abortion industry that is not being talked about.
Well, that's abortion meeting capitalism. What can I tell you?
It's
Like you
not
can't.
capitalism.
We're not living in the Minority Report world where you can arrest somebody before they do
It's
it.
not
By
it's not
definition,
just
there's always going to
capitalism.
there's always going to be a patient zero. For somebody to be a rapist, a rape needs to happen. You can't preemptively stop a rapist before they did their first rape. Otherwise, they're being convicted of the crime they did not commit.
How about castration for rapists?
But that's after the fact. So there was still a person that was raped. There's still a person that maybe got pregnant. That's still a person that had to have
it still doesn't
pregnancy.
justify. It's still the girl that suffered a trauma of rape. If we insist upon the fact that abortion will solve her problems or ease her pain, that's a lie.
No, it's not. How come it is a lie? It might not.
It's a lie
it might be a
because it's
lesser of two evils, but it's not necessarily a lie.
It's gonna add another trauma to it.
Yes, it's a choice between two evils.
So you can worsen the situation, and on top of that, kill an innocent human being, or we can come up with different mechanisms that will protect women.
Why not both?
Without that will protect women without having to kill an innocent life.
How about we allow abortion and create all the conditions where people don't need to use that abortion?
Why don't we create the conditions where people don't need to use the abortion while we make abortion illegal?
Because why?
Why do we have to?
Then that's not a choice.
No, yeah, but why do we have
illusion of choice?
It's not. It shouldn't be a choice to kill an innocent life.
That's fine.
That's my point. Like
that's your point. That's your reality. That's fine. It's fine.
Not,
it's fine.
I mean, yeah. I guess I made my point.
Yeah. No, it's done.
That I guess. Yeah. I mean, we can stay here forever.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one.
Yeah, we agree to disagree, and I think it's a topic that brings a lot of emotions. That stirs up a lot of emotions in people, makes people angry. I think in most of the cases makes people angry for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I think women, in special, they're being lied to. They're being fooled that abortion is something that is necessary for them to express themselves and live perfectly in society, or to the best of their abilities. I think that's a lie that's being.
It's more about taking rights away, and people don't like having stuff taken away from them.
But that shouldn't be a right in the first place. It's not a right that is being taken away. It's something that is being rectified. It's like, no, you cannot.
So it was wrong to
babies.
begin with. It was wrong to begin.
I think so. Yes.
So it was a bad decision originally to keep the government, minimize the government, because the original decision was about privacy and having the government decide what the physician can.
That too. It's going back to the states. It fortifies federalism. It fortifies democracy. Now we have the power is not centralized anymore on that subject. It's spread out. So now the states have the power. So it's not one government, one federal government that is dictating what should be done in this matter. Now it's the states.
Yes. It is the states,
You know?
and the states were like licking
And
themselves
that's one of the
because they were being
main
forced to do something, even though they weren't practicing. Because this is like, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Nobody's forcing anybody.
well, it's illegal to kill.
Right, but cops do it all the time. Military people do it all the time.
Well, cops. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the guy that you know
The state does it all the time.
cops. Okay, cops that kill, they can be prosecuted as well, depending on the context and how it happened.
That's a question. That's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
Very deep topic as well.
So we do have legislation for that and mechanisms to to fight against corruption. And I'm not saying that we don't have a corrupt system. So we have to fight against corruption, and you don't do that by killing innocent babies.
Kill all the babies. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys liked it. We will be back next week. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, right? What else should we tell our good audience of 4 people?
I learned something, that when you tell the truth, you're setting yourself up for a big adventure. and life can get dangerous. But sure, it won't be dull. So what I'm doing here, what we're doing, I guess, in such a divided times as nowadays, we're setting ourselves up for an adventure, my friend. What can I say? I'm speaking my truth. It can change someday, but I have to say it.
And you should. And you should be allowed to say it. And you should be able to say it. And you shouldn't be afraid to say it either.
Yep. Thank you. See, and you can get crucified for that phrase right there.
Well, if it was for any phrase, I wish it would be for this one. So, and that's an amazing other topic, free speech. Where are the boundaries? Like, what is okay to say as far as education? Like, how the concept of truth.
Yeah.
All these things fascinate me.
Yeah,
and, and we love to talk about these things. That's why we have a podcast.
Yes, sir. And thank you so much, guys, for tuning in for another episode of Woke Wars. We appreciate you guys watching us. We appreciate your comments, your likes, your shares.
And your best hate comments.
Your love, your hate. I mean, in order for love to exist, hate needs to exist as well. Nothing exists without an opposite. So we understand if you want to give us love, we'll take it. If you want to give us hate, I mean, it's inevitable because it's there. So we prefer love,
of course,
over hate.
Love always.
There's only 2 ways you can learn: either by love or by pain.
Yeah, pain is a very good teacher. Hello, everybody, and thank you for watching until the end. This has been Woke Wars, and I hope you liked our conversation. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Tell us what you'd like to hear us talk about next. Also, check out some of our other episodes. We post every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will see you on the next one.